Hey guys, it's Destinygundum, and today we're going to be taking a very cool look at a really cool figure from the line Pacific Rim. Now, Pacific Rim is still going strong. I mean, like, they're still coming out with figs pretty much every toy fair, every chance they get, they usually come out with a new Pacific Rim figure. They are kind of stretching the boundaries a little bit because they're hitting a lot of the, just origin jaegers and, the original kaiju and stuff like that. But, yeah, eventually they'll probably run out because, Pacific Rim 2 is kind of up in the air right now, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about this guy. So this is Pacific Rim's Striker Eureka, which is the Australian Jaeger. It's Mark V Jaeger, and apparently the world's most fastest one, and it's the last Jaeger that was ever built. So henceforth, it must be a pretty good Jaeger, right? So this figure you guys see in front of you is actually the second release of the Striker Eureka. Now, the thing about Neca runs is they don't go for very long, I guess, and in a sense they kind of become rare in their own right. But then again, when they did the second rerun of Crimson Typhoon and Striker Eureka, now we just have a whole bunch of them, and they're pretty cheap right now. But yeah, so I got mine. So that's the second release one. So it's pretty alright. It's a pretty cool figure. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Neca's newest offering to the Pacific Rim line, the ultimate Striker Eureka. So here's the box, man. And I gotta say, I just saw this and I was like, at first I thought it was the model kit, because I remember Pacific Rim was gonna have some model kits that come out, but that just never happened. But yeah, and I saw this and I was really amazed by this box. I thought it was some sort of exclusive or something, but it wasn't. It's just a standard release. Now, this is just an amazing box, and I can't show you all of it because my camera's... I'll just lift up the camera a little bit, so just bear with me. This is the box, and it looks pure amazing. I mean, like, it's just such a nicely designed box. And then, like, the box art is of the, like, the card art, because they had, like, Pacific Rim cards. And then, basically, like, this is the art that was on it, and it just looks really nice. Now, what's also cool about this box is it also has a Velcro, like a little opening window, which is just really cool, with schematics over there, the size to the human to Jaeger ratio of size, and then it has this nice shadow dome kind of effect with little carts and people, and then inside would be the figure. But yeah, so this is really cool. I mean, like, you know, as opposed to the original boxes, where they weren't even boxes, they were just blister packaging. But those were really annoying. But this makes it so much more collectible, I guess, because you can just stack them all behind, or these just make really nice display pieces on their own. So this box is really nice. I'll just throw that out there. So basically, this is going to be a review for the ultimate Striker Eureka. Now, first, right off the bat, you may notice there is a lot of color differences. Ultimate Striker Eureka definitely pops a lot more as opposed to the original Striker Eureka. Here they are side by side to each other. Now, not only does the color, not only are there color differences, there's also sculpt differences, as well as articulation differences, which definitely help the figure a lot more. Now, I don't know if you own a Striker Eureka, the second run, this one, then you may notice that it doesn't really stand very well. The feet, there is zero ankle articulation, and just the leg articulation is horrible. And a lot of the articulation, most of it is dedicated to the shoulders, and that's about it. Which is yeah, that's kind of sucky. But yeah, and the head basically jiggles back and forth. And that's about it, which is kind of sad because, you know, Striker Eureka was the most mobile of all the Jaegers, and in the movie you can see his joints moving, and, you know, it's all sorts of crazy stuff, and, you know, it's pretty awesome. But then, like, when you get the toy, you're like, oh, I can't even get him to run, because it's like, everything's just so, like, stiff. It's almost as if, like, the only pose that you can pull off with him is just of him standing. And also, his chest is a little too big. I feel like this was based off the concept art, whereas this one was based off the digital movie designs. They actually did say that they, for the Ultimate Edition of the Jaegers, they actually did go to the movie archives and they got the digital designs and made them off. So that's definitely better than this one, but yeah, so basically let's get on to the review. So here is Ultimate Striker Eureka, and it is a really nice figure. Just paint apps wise, there are like at least like 3 or 4 more colors that aren't on here. So there's like this blue, and look at all those little highlights. The gold is a lot more impressive. It's a lot more like, you know, shiny but dirty. I don't know, like patina. In addition, there's also a lot more surface detailing. I mean, like, look, this looks like it's from the movie. This looks like a toy. Like, you know, you definitely get a sense of how amazing this one is as opposed to the older Striker Eureka. Now, the whole chest is brand new as far as I can tell, along with a lot of this stuff. I think they fixed like the arm joints because these arm joints were kind of weird, but this one a lot more fluid, a lot more articulation around here. So speaking of articulation, let's just go straight into articulation. For the articulation, the head can rotate 360 now, and it can go up pretty far, down pretty far, to the side pretty far. It just has a lot more clearance. And then the shoulders, this is something that I'll get to a little later. The shoulders actually have a lot of nice articulation. So there's a joint up here in the base, which allows it to rotate 360 as long as it's going up and down. But there's another joint right here at the bicep, which allows it to go up as well. There's a rotational joint at the bicep as well. 90-degree bend at the elbow. The wrist has rotating wrists now, and as well as hinge joints on the wrist. So that's just pretty cool. That's a really cool addition. The torso, there's a lot more articulation in the torso. You got double joints up in the base of the upper body and at the pelvis area, so he can do a lot more poses, but not like a lot more like, you know, the front, not a lot of like crouching poses, I guess, but or it's like there's not a lot of front and back. It's mostly just side to side. But yeah. And then the legs have a lot more articulation. There's a swivel right here, and there is a lot more clearance. Just, you can tell right here, there's a lot more space in the leg area, as opposed to this one where they did this kind of weird setup where this joint is actually connected to this little part at the end, whereas this joint is connected to the base, or the actual thigh, which is nice because it can actually go up pretty far now, as well as yeah, do that. But that's cool. I mean, like, I wouldn't mind the leg popping out every once in a while, because this one is just super stiff. This one is a lot more articulation. You can definitely get a lot more poses with him. But yeah, the knee, I'm still a little bummed out about the knee, but it does have a rotational now, and then it also bends about 90. I wish that they had like some sort of upgrade set where you could just take out this joint and put in a double joint, because I feel like this figure would benefit from a double joint a lot. And yeah, that's being a problem right now. So and then the ankle, man, I love this ankle because it seems like the original ankle at first, because there's like the equal amount of space in between the foreleg and the ankle, but there actually is a lot more articulation. Like, look at that tilt, and then goes back pretty much nothing, but the tilt is what matters. So he can actually stand pretty well now, which is awesome. So yeah. So let's get on with the review. So as you may have noticed, there is this piece that keeps falling off. These actually come separate packaged in the packagings, because I don't know why, but this is kind of annoying because mine won't stay in, but it's just the material of the plastic, so it may vary from figure to figure, so that's cool. But yeah, so check this out. There's this really nice, a lot of nice surface detail right here, but my favorite thing is the bulldog logo for Striker Eureka. You can't really see it because it's super tiny, but it's there, so just trust me on that one. Another thing that they did is on this version, the blades are supposed to retract, but this one you just take them out. And then this one, they actually had retracting blades, which is just pure amazing, which is awesome. So now you can have him with the retracted blade, the detract, no wait, the blades that come out, yeah, there you go. Alright, so, and definitely that articulation gives it a lot more, like, you know, a lot more fun posing it, because now you can do the power move, and yeah, and then, like, you know, it's a lot more fluid motions as opposed to this one where it's a lot more, like, chunky. But, yeah, so then, aside from that, what else? So that's one of the features. Another feature is, this is pretty cool. This is the nuclear payload from the end of the movie, where they actually fight against, or they're about to destroy the breach. But, yeah, this was actually a really cool, like, accessory, because, first off, it has individual ball joints on all these little sections right here, so that is just really cool, because, I don't know, just something about little tiny ball joints that always get me, because, like, I don't know, it just makes it seem like there's a higher quality to it. And besides that, there is actually detailing in between, which is probably never going to be seen, but that's pretty cool. I mean, like, come on. But yeah, basically, so there's a peg on his back, which is right there. There's this really, or there's a hole in his back, there's a peg right here, and you just peg it in. It's a little tight, and it doesn't go in all the way, but you can probably just fix that with some warm water or just shaving off the peg a little bit. But yeah, it's a cool accessory, and it definitely adds more to the personality of the figure. You know, it makes it seem like it's from the movie. So yeah. Now, this is the other thing. This is really sick. Alright, so in the movie, he had another thing which fans just loved, which is the chest missiles. So this one, the whole like panel comes off, the chest panel, and you get this alternate panel which has the chest missiles already engaged, and they look amazing. The detailing on this thing, all the little levers and gears and all sorts of, you know, details, and you just go ahead and you peg it into there, and that thing just keeps on coming off. So I'm just gonna leave this aside. But yeah, so basically, and then now he can do the chest missiles, and it looks really cool. But Neca took it one step further, and they added the missiles. Whoa, these things are sick. I mean, like, I saw these things, and I thought I was buying like a third-party figure or something, because these just look visually astounding. I mean, they peg into any of the 6 holes that are in the chest, and they actually have a lot of nice paint details on them, and the clear is just really cool to look at, and it's a really nice addition. I mean, like, you know, this kind of tops it off, and the best part about this figure, I got this for 20 bucks, I bought this for 16 bucks. It's a $4 difference. I mean, like, seriously, get the new Ultimate versions, because they're really nice, you know. If you're a fan of the original jaegers, like the ones that came out during the movie, go ahead and get them if you're a collector of those. But if you're looking for a really nice Striker Eureka figure, this is the one to get. Now, that's pretty much my final thought on this one. But besides this little thing coming off all the time, this figure is A+. It's really good. Definitely recommend picking it up. They're going to release Gypsy Danger soon. And what's cool about Gypsy, even though it's like the 20th release of Gypsy Danger as a figure, it uses the version 2.0 mode, first of all. Hopefully they did fix some of it, because version 2.0 can't really stand. And then B, it has an LED inside of its chest, which is going to be awesome to look at. So, yeah, and also the box. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more Pacific Rim stuff when I eventually get Gypsy Danger. And, yeah, so I'll see you guys at the next review.